This video, I'm going to talk about creating a report in Excel that can segment your customers into 3 groups. And I'm going off of the Net Promoter Score, which was developed in 2003, which basically asks your customers to rate their customer relationship based on a number between 0 and 10. So if they rank score 9 and 10, they're a promoter, 7 and 8, passive, and anything from 0 and 6 is a detractor. So here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to first copy this, and there's a couple ways we could solve this. I think a Vlookup is best, and the other way it could be an if statement that you could look at each of these numbers here that we have, okay, and then be able to create a column here that would declare their type. That's where we're going with right here, first and foremost. Okay, so let me first split this up to a quick little data text to columns. We're separated with a space. All right, so that, oh, look what happened here. It thinks it's dates here. That's funny. But basically, we don't even need that. What we need to do is make 6, 8, and 9. I'm going to populate this over here to the side and create a little table here. Just make a table, just go inside, go one cell, click table. We're good here. I'm going to summarize that and just call it scores. NPS. And I'm going to create a table here, Control T, keyboard shortcut to create that. All right, so we're going to do a Vlookup, and here we go, equals Vlookup. First, it's asking me for my lookup value, which is here. I'm in a table, so that's why it won't say J2. It has the @Net Promoter Score field value. Comma, my table array is over here to score NPS. Column index number, basically how far over I want to return, the second column. And my range lookup. Now here's where I teach a lot of folks to always put false, but this is going to break that rule. Generally, you do want to look for an exact match, but in this case, since we have a wide range of numbers, we would like to have it look for an approximate match. I'm going to leave it as true. All right. Okay. I noticed right off the bat I have an error. I just need to fix that because what's going on here is it looked for 2 and it wasn't there. So if I were to add a row, insert table rows above, and put a 0 here, and then just put the same thing, detractors again, that's going to fix that problem right there. So let's take a look. 10 is a promoter. Oh, I'm going to change that to promoter. Okay, I like that to say passive, then detractor. All right, so 6. So if we have a 7, basically the Vlookup came down the table here, and it started here, got to 6, and when it made it to 8, it realized, oh, I'm not that high. And you have to make certain that your scores are sorted lowest to highest when this works. So it ran up to 8, realized the 7 wasn't large enough to hit that, so it went back to a 6 here, is where that's going here. Okay, awesome. Okay, now that I've got that formula out of the way here, we want to create a summary of our percentage of how many customers are promoters, how many are passives, and how many are detractors. Okay, I feel like a pivot table is up next. So I'm going to go inside my table here, click on Insert, Pivot Table. And this is giving me fields to summarize. Okay. So we can check, we can drag this Net Promoter Score down here. Actually, that's not what I was looking for. Sorry, it's the type. There we go. Now I'm going to count each time they're there. So I'm going to drag the type into the values. And that will tell us that we have 20 detractors, 11 passive customers, and 21 promoters with a grand total of 52. We should have 52 people. I'm going to check back to verify that. Here we go. So that's looking good here. Back to the pivot table. A really cool feature is the percentage. And I'm going to drag the type one more time into the values. And then the trick, nice little trick here, you can right click to do a percentage. And that will be under Show Values as % of grand total. Okay, and so now we have a percentage that we can say that we have 40%, 40.38% in our customer base as promoters. Let's take a look at changing one person from the passive to the promoter with our data set here. So let's choose this guy here, John Smith. I'm going to push him into the promoter, give him a 9. Let's say he changed his mind to 9. So instantly that's a promoter. That changed there. Now I'm going to go back to the pivot table. Pivot table didn't change. You have to right click on a pivot table, or you can go up to data and hit refresh. And now I see it. So 42% in there. What does that look like with a pie chart? Just feeling a little extra crazy here before we leave. Let's go to the pivot chart. Here it is under Analyze, Pivot Chart. Where did it go? There we go. All right. Then under the pivot chart tools, I can go up to design and throw in some percentages here. One of these will have it. There we go. All right. Hope you enjoyed watching. For more tips and tricks, follow my blog at, well, I was going to say stevechasedocs.wordpress.com. That's true, but I have a new blog now at sequentiasolutions.com.